King Hassan II loved soccer so much. Now that was transferred to King Mohammed VI, who is currently the King of Morocco. And that's why Morocco has for a long time flourished in football from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s. Monday, the 9th of December 2019, His Majesty King Mohammed VI officially unveiled this sports center located in Rabat's twin city, Saleh. Under the framework of a public-private partnership, the newly renovated facility gobbled up over 9 billion Kenya shillings or 60 million euros. This investment is already paying off, by Morocco sitting at the top of the FIFA World Rankings in Africa as of June 2025. The engine behind the success story, the Moroccan Royal Football Federation, is stationed here.
We have hosted here 90% of the African teams, boys, girls, under 20, under 70. So we are very proud of to have this kind of infrastructure in Morocco. And of course, it's always in the benefit of Africa. As our King Mohammed VI have said in 2017, we need to have more South-South cooperation and more cooperation between Africans. And that's what we're trying to do here at our level as a football association, Royal Football Association of Morocco.
Located on a 29.3 hectare piece of land, it was built to host Morocco's national teams during preparation camps, as well as foreign national squads who wish to undergo training. It has 9 football fields, comprising of 4 with natural grass, 3 made of artificial turf, a hybrid one which combines natural grass with synthetic fibers, and an indoor pitch that is used for futsal games.
Okay. This pitch is dedicated only to the national team.
Okay.
So
the national team, that is
yes, of Hakimi Jazz, as
yes,
for the national A team, as we called it. It
yes,
can be men or women, as I told you before.
Yes.
And this is the main pitch. For the others, they train in the 9 other pitches that we have just right there.
Okay.
And here is only for the training. And what is very cool is that all the youth categories that can be in the complex at the same time, they all sit on this bench, this long bench, and they can have a look on the training of those stars, yes, and then can think about one day being at on this pitch with those players.
This complex also houses Africa's biggest indoor football stadium, which can also host events like the 2022 Confederation of African Football Awards. I'm sure you like to spread this kind of architecture or design or idea to other countries.
I agree with you. It's very good, but this infrastructure is pretty much special. I don't think in all the countries of Africa they need a covered pitch as big as this one. For some, the most important is to have the pitch on the stadiums, to have the homologation of CAF. But as I told you, this is a place that has been meant to be at the disposal of all our African football associations that we have partnership with. We have today more than 45 partnerships with other associations.
Also on the property is an indoor Olympic-size swimming pool, 2 tennis courts and a beach soccer field. This federation has relationships with many other international associations that are affiliated to FIFA and CAF. And by the time we were touring this complex, we managed to see the England national team. The complex has accommodation for the senior national team with 66 rooms and 4 suites. The project also houses 3 blocks with a capacity of 150 beds for the under-23 national team and 45 rooms with a capacity of 80 beds for the under-17 national team.
We have 1 hotel dedicated to A team and 3 hotels dedicated to all the other teams who can be there. For example, we can have a friendly game between under-17 Morocco and under-17 Kenya. Morocco will be in the Hotel C and Kenya will be in Hotel B. It's something that can happen. It's only the A who is dedicated. The others are, it depends on the activities we have.
In line with FIFA and CAF standards, the facility has a new generation performance and sports medicine center with departments for physiotherapy, electrotherapy, cryotherapy, radiology, ultrasound, dentistry, nutritional medicine, psychology, trauma and stress testing. It also has state-of-the-art gym facilities complete with images of King Mohammed VI in 1995 and King Hassan II in 1985.
As you see, we don't have a hotels to rent, no cars to rent, no training pitches to rent, and also all our events, press conferences between the president and the players, between the coaches and the players, or between all the people of the staff.
Yes.
It's in this place that I'm going to show you.
Okay. This auditorium has a capacity of 221 people and can be used for pre-match and post-match press briefings, conferences, film screenings, and other events like conducting draws for matches. So they come here and they will not go home. They will be here until.
No, yes, of course. But here is mainly for the speeches before competition or after competition and things like that. Also, as I told you, the draw of any kind of competition. It can be international competition too, or the National League, or the National Cup of Morocco, the Cup of Throne, as we call it. And of course, the press conferences, which is mainly what we have to do here, because we have 25 teams, so a lot of press conferences.
FIFA, CAF and the local federation also conduct training of referees, coaches and administrators at this facility.
The new president of the Kenyan Football Association, and I'm greeting him, Mr. Hussein. So he came to Morocco. We have signed an agreement, a partnership between our both federations. So we have basically 4 or 5 topics. The first one is, of course, the organization of friendly games in Kenya and in Morocco for both women's and also the youth categories. We have also the training for the pro license of the coaches. Morocco is organizing every year, once or 2 times a year, the pro license CAF. And we are also organizing training sessions with FIFA. So people from Kenyan Football Association will be able to be registered in those trainings and to enjoy it and to take the diploma at the end. We have also trainings for the referees, for the VAR, for the video system of refereeing, because Morocco has been the first country in Africa to implement the system in the National League. And lastly, we have also all the training that can be possible for the administration of the Kenyan Football Association, exchanges of experience from Morocco to Kenya, from Kenya to Morocco.
The complex, which runs on green energy, also has administrative buildings, relaxation areas, transport and catering departments. This project seeks to provide national and international football professionals with a conducive environment to prosper. Tony Kwalanda, TV 47, Saleh in Morocco. Wow. Wow.
And from Morocco to here in Kenya, the Monday Blitz has officially kicked off. My name is Duncan Mtua, and today being a Monday, sipo peke yangu, we have a well-informed panel. Katela Maisi is in the she's new in the house. Katela, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Same here, Amotua.
Nimekuona tu rege tu hapa na pale.
Nimekuwa kidogo.
Former footballer, understand? So
yes.
You're well informed when it comes to matters football and matters sports. Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, karibu to the Monday Blitz. Your favorite girl here, Miss Washira?
Yes.
Mombasa kumekuaje?
Imekuwa poa sana. Cannot complain. It was a well-deserved holiday.
And in the streets they are singing Police Bingwa. Everyone's saying.
Si niliwaambia. Unajua ni watu wamnisikia. From the beginning of this show, from the time I came, I said police are going to win, and now they've won it. Gor Mahia wanazalia now. No.
So the question is,
yes.
You know, winning is easy. Not
yes.
really that easy. But defending that title is what matters. Look at Gor Mahia. They have been defending it. They have been proving that, you know, we are the champions. And then we can defend that title. The question of the day is, can Police defend this title come 2025-2026 Premier League season? I know the season hasn't yet started. I know the season hasn't yet ended. But they have 1 game to go. And the game will be against the defending champion, that is Gor Mahia. Will they defend this title once the new season kicks off in August? Anyway, let's kick the show. Tuanze show moja kwa moja immediately. Katela.
Yes.
Police 2025, 2024-2025 FKF Premier League season. They are the champions.
Yeah.
They wanted to be the champions last season. Ikakataa, ndo imekuja imekubali. But many people are looking at the results that Gor Mahia waliandikisha. Look at Gor Mahia kudraw against Murang'a Seal, kupigwa na Shabana ama some results zenye hatuko na expect against Police Gor Mahia.
Yeah.
And then Police took advantage of that.
You see, for Gor Mahia, the moment I saw that this league itakuwa imeenda, the moment Gor pia walidraw na Bidco. You see, if you look at the table, Bidco ndio wa mwisho, actually they are relegated, right? So the moment Gor ilidraw na Bidco, ikadraw na Kakamega Homeboys, Murang'a Seal, you know. And then when their striker Benson Omala alienda, I think they found it hard to kind of replace Benson Omala. But when he came back, at least bado kuipik, it was a little bit hard for Gor Mahia, you know. So pale mbele they really needed a striker, of which walikuwa na kosa, and Police took advantage of that.
Yeah.
You know? And Police pia have been good. Wako na master wengi. They have been so good. And since they've been signing, tumeona wana sign wachezaji wakubwa. And so the moment they did that, wameonyesha yenyewe results. So Gor Mahia, I believe next season, I believe it won't be so easy for Police. You know, being number 1 is easy, but maintaining kubaki hapo juu, my friend, na ile asira Gor Mahia wako nayo, believe you me, next season is going to be hot, but mimi na Gor Mahia, I believe next season bado tunaichukua.
No one is talking about Kakamega Homeboys, no one is talking about Tusker, no one is talking about the second, and even Shabana.
Well, I think for me, Gor Mahia lost it the minute they changed coaches, the minute they changed management. So kuna na hii kitu yenye, ukichange coach mid-season, look at what it did to Manchester United. You who change, it changes the dynamics. After they let go of, what was his name? Mimic. What is his name? Coach somebody. Ule drama queen wetu wa God. Once the coach is more, I mean, he is the front face of the club in terms of drama. I think it pours down to even the performance of the team. So a lot of the reason why Gor Mahia have not been able to even compete with Police at the top is they've had a lot of internal issues. And once a team has internal issues, you onesha, like you can't hide. So that went on to show in the games she's mentioned. They picked up several draws that were very unnecessary. Benson Omala left and came back. I think Zedekiah Otieno also came and took over the team. And when Zedekiah came, when they lost against, when they drew in the Mashemeji Derby, he said the league is over. And you know, once you tell the team that, hakuna kitu utafanya, imeenda. So I think for them, they're just gunning for this FKF Cup, which they play against Nairobi United. Other than that, Kakamega Homeboys actually, in my opinion, with the likes of Moses Shuma, they've done really well. They're going to most likely finish number 3 in this season. They'll finish ahead of Tusker, who have been number 2 for God knows how long.
They might even finish ahead of Gor Mahia if Police beats Gor Mahia.
Police will fine, but you see, for them, they've had a very consistent, solid season. For them, hata kama mimi naonanga football ya Kakamega Homeboys ni a bit of power play, it works for them. So Kakamega Homeboys have also been a standout team. I think walituchapa sisi ama tulidraw na wao, waka frustrate na ni Gor Mahia kabisa. So Kakamega Homeboys are a really, really good team. But nani Tusker, after that 7 something, we rubbed them off, because you cannot be competing in top flight na unachapwa 7. It does not work like that.
Arocho
Doesn't make sense kabisa.
Arocho will be also joining us tuambie, because he's been praising the Kenya Police board. But then again, look at Police some few years ago. They were promoted, not really few, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They got promoted, sat down, brought in some fresh legs, mix of fresh legs and legends. They usually call them legends. Looks at the likes of Carter, Cheche. I saw Cheche tweeted, after 8 years ago, after 8 years, I've come back and then again, I've won the title.
Yes.
Katela, the project seems to have worked for Kenya Police, but then the big assignment is the Champions League. They have to go there. They have to knock, and even Buka slotted the group. Katela, the project.
On my side, how can I don't know how I can rephrase it about the Police, right?
Yeah.
You see, having these legend players, sometimes experience inakuwa kitu poa sana. Ukiwa na mtu experience grow and the new signings, at least you see Cheche right now ndio captain of Police, you know. So having the experience in national team, having experience playing internationally, I think his lead itasaidia pia Police Sana. I believe his lead, and then the likes of Jesewere, and then the likes of Kahata, Bud, you know. So discipline, Apple, experience, it will really bring in, it will really boost performance here at Police FC.
I understand Arocho is on standby. Arocho, hali vipi kaka? Na shughuli nzima kule Homa Bay, ni Homa Bay. Shughuli nzima kule Homa Bay. Police, tulikuwa tunaongelea kuhusu Kenya Police after securing the Premier League title this season, and Arocho ukiwa Kisumu, nimeambiwa si wa Homa Bay. Unajua juzi tulikuwa Homa Bay tukiangalia game ya Gor Mahia versus FC Leopards, so I know bado niko Homa Bay. Anyway, Arocho, how are you? Kenya Police winning the title this season. A quick check on what happened the whole season, Arocho.
Well, a good morning from the lakeside of Kisumu. Asanteni sana. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate Police FC. I was one of the guys who felt that Police were not ready to clinch this title, but they proved me wrong. Good job. From their management, first and foremost, I'll mention the management. I'll mention Nyale Munga. I've talked about Nyale Munga severally. A leader who has patience, because there are 2 seasons that Police have really stagnated, and if there were no patience in that team, then I'm sure they could have not done well. But yesterday they did so well. I was not expecting Police to beat Shabana. I was also not expecting to see what I saw yesterday. But all in all, I think Police has been the most consistent team this season. Look at the fact that when the first leg they lost against Shabana, and they were, I think, they were down on the log, and it all seemed a doom. But it's a team that in the second leg has picked the most points, if you ask me. A lot of wins, a lot of confidence in that team. The greatest disappointment for me is Tusker and Okere. I think Okere is not up to the task. When Matano left, I thought that Okere, being that he's been an understudy for Matano for 3 to 4 seasons, I thought he could come up and really step up. But unfortunately, Tusker could not make it. Gor Mahia, the inconsistency, the fact that Gor Mahia have changed coaches here and there, the fact that they've dropped good big players and they've not really replaced them with equal players. And I think they're also unfortunate. When Gor picked a draw against Muranga, when Gor lost against City Stars, against all odds, I think those Gor Mahia were unfortunate. But all said and done, I think Police needs to stop celebrating. Celebrations for yesterday. Today, what Police needs to do is to start working on how they're going to perform in the continental scene. Look at the fact that in the last 10 or so years, Kenya has not really been doing well in the continental scene. We normally knocked out in the pre-qualifiers. We've never reached the group stage in the Champions League for a long time. So it is a challenge to Police FC. You've done it so well, won within your borders, but now when they extend, look at what is happening in Tanzania. These days, Tanzania have 4 teams in the Champions League or in the continental scene, simply because of what Yanga and Simba are doing. Once you're doing well in the continental scene, then you get more teams given an opportunity to play in the continental arena. So Police needs to put the house in order, get good signings, because the level that they are going is not child play. This is where you're going to meet the Al Ahly of this world. This is where you're going to meet teams like Asante Kotoko, for example. So they need to up their game, get more players, good preparation. Good preparation is not just going for a camp in Isiolo or in Machakos. They need to. I hope that they've been doing good recruitment, because recruitment is not an event; it's a process. I hope they started it because they were seeing themselves winning the league. They needed to have started recruiting, not necessarily within our borders, get good players from outside. And of course, I'm sure they can represent as well, because financially, it's one of the teams that is currently doing well with several sponsors around them. So, guys, once again, congratulations to police. And I believe that next season is going to be fireworks. Why am I talking of fireworks? We are having Shabana, we are having Gor Mahia back, Tusk, I'm sure they're going to do things to make sure that they are no longer underdogs that they are this season. My KCB, we sacked the coach. We're having a new coach coming in a short while. So basically, this is the essence of the league. I like the fact that the league now is competitive. There are times that Gor Mahia, within 10 or so games before the end of the season, they had already clinched it. But here is a case that we've gone to the wire, and for me, it will help grow the league. Dante.
When it comes to matters football, Kenya Federation Premier League. Arocho giving us an in-depth analysis. Thank you. Tunazidi kuendelea, and Arocho usiane, because we're also going to check on the CECAFA Women's Championship that is taking place in Tanzania. Our starlets, or rather Kenya national team, Harambee Starlets, kicked off their CECAFA Championship with a win against Burundi. 3-0 win against Burundi. We also saw Uganda beating South Sudan. And we also saw Uganda beating South Sudan. And last Monday we were saying, you know, the championship has come too early for the Starlets. Remember last Monday we were also asking, our Starlets wako na coach bado. There were rumors going around that Coach Odemba had resigned, but then again, after the squad was released, tukamwona yuko pale with the name that Odemba squad. Now here's the assignment, playing in the CECAFA Championship. What does it mean for the ladies? Beating Burundi, can they go all the way to be crowned as champion? Because there's Tanzania, there's Uganda, there's also a better team. Let me say, better women team, though they are the best in the region when it comes to matters women football.
Yeah. So you see, Harambee Starlets has been having issues, and the coach has been getting a lot of bash. Watu wamekuwa kimbash sana Odemba. But again, kuna in-house problems, as Ms. Washira said here. Team ikiwa na issues, internal issues, then performance. But now Harambee Starlets has proved to us that bado what to prove, what to make proud. You see, some people are saying that absence ya Corazon, absence ya Elizabeth Wamboi, it affect team, Gentrix, same way, you know. But again, Beldin amekuja akionyesha, with or without some players, we are here to win. We are here for a purpose, you know. And the biggest match, I think, is happening tomorrow on Tuesday, where they're playing the defending champions Uganda. So I think hapo ndio kuna kazi, hapo ndio kutakuwa na kazi sana. For Burundi ilikuwa, it's not, the fact that Burundi ilipiga Uganda last time 1-0. Exactly. So kesho si kazi rahisi, but I believe in building. I believe in the players that are there. They have a point to prove, because watu wengi sana wameongea that without some key players, the way they call them hapo nje, that they won't perform. So I believe in building. Kesho that Harambee Stars wataweza kufanya kitu. Si rahisi, but I believe they
wataweza kufanya kitu.
Yes.
Remember also they are preparing for the WAFCON qualifiers. They'll be facing Morocco, if I'm not wrong. They'll be facing Morocco in the next step. What does the tournament mean to them ahead of the main match, that is the WAFCON, Africa Cup of Nations Women Championship?
I think the last time we were here, we were saying they were not ready for CECAFA because they didn't have a coach. So whatever happened with the federation, no, they didn't have a coach. So whatever happened with the federation between the period where they decided to keep Beldin, I think Wali's idea, because what happened, Beldin came back, she switched the whole squad. Me as Jumona dropped Corazon. Some people are saying indiscipline, some people are saying Kina Corazon didn't show up on time, whatnot. But
there were issues about the allowance.
But Corazon said it was a personal decision for her not to show up.
Which is very wrong.
There were issues about allowance.
No. Actually, let's talk about that. FKF issued a statement saying that the previous federation had arrears that they're working on I think, paying, including referees, including Kenya, the national team Harambee Stars, including the outing Harambee Starlets had in April. So they're working towards it. And I mean, ukikuja, for example, if you're a leader and you come into a government where there's a lot of debt, you will struggle. And unfortunately...
Nowadays, everyone who takes new office complains about the debt.
Yes. And you know, unfortunately, they can't say that now we're a new federation, so players should come, they should trust us. You see, I was even recently talking to a current Harambee Stars player, and he said, the problem with the national team, you lose more than you gain. Because there's so much that goes on, you know, you get injured, what next? You're not paid, what next? You see, so I think with what she said, there's a lot of internal issues that we'll never even know. But what has happened is she's taken a team that consists of many Kenyan Premier League players. Midema is on that squad. The girl who scored the brace is from Vihiga Queens. So again, Beldina has proven to us that she can do it and do it over and over again.
Katela has been on that stage, of the women football stage. Madeni ndo hizi. Wamesema ni madeni. So ni madeni. But again, I've seen players the likes of Aquino skipping the national duty. Ndio mtu atasema ni personal issues. You know, some people don't kuji openly to criticize. People should come and tell us, mi siko juu ya hii na hii.
Yeah, but you know, I think pia ideni, I think as the management huko, they should communicate kwa players. Like sahi hakuna do, but they give them a date or they give them their plans on how they're going to sort out their areas or anything. Right now, mtu wako kambi, hakuna chapa. And you know, a lot of these players, background haikuwagi poa. So they know wanaonaga, nikiingia pale kuna don't touch my home. But again, hakuna. So mtu anaona hapana, I won't go there. But I think they should do it for the badge, for the Kenyans, you know, not because of the money. Do it come.
Okay.
Most definitely do it come. You see, at least when we see results zikiwa, ata pressure from the fans, pressure, do it atoka at the end of the day.
Sure.
But I believe, I'm training with one of Harambee Starlets, former, I don't know, Junta Mwita former, but she has been in the team, but sahi hayuko. We go to the same gym. But she told me, issues pale, watu wa communicate.
Yeah.
No, na? They are not communicating. So I believe it will be good if they communicate to the players that we know we are owing you, but in this time, in this period of time, we're going to sort this out. You know, and then if you know you can do it, sema mapema. Sema mapema ndio best. Sema mimi
ni noma.
Then kocha anakugojea kwa kampa hujaingia.
Rocho, history ya madem, anasema ni madem wa Harambee Starlets. Anyway, national team Harambee Starlets.
Well,
in CECAFA.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations to Starlets. A good job done in Tanzania. But I'd like to make a correction there. I think we are playing Gambia in the last qualifiers of AUCON. I think in a month's time we are playing Gambia. But as far as allowances are concerned, I think I'll have two versions. One, the allowances for the national team are normally paid by the government. The federation is just to facilitate the process in the sense that they make sure that we have the players, their accounts, and of course how the payment will be done. But that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse for these ladies not to be paid. When you're playing for the national team, guys, other than the fact that it's your pride to play for your country, you need to be remunerated, because after your career, what will hold you is exactly what you had made. Katela, I'll beg to differ. Play for the badge? Not really. You have to play for the badge yet and get what you deserve out of that badge. But on the flip side, I think I'm in support of the guys who are talking about the communication part of it. I think the government needs to communicate clearly why and when, why they've not paid that due. The fact that I think it's the Tunisia assignment that has not been cleared, and when they are planning to clear it, because when you owe me money, you need to tell me. As far as Aquino is concerned, I talked to Aquino. Aquino explained herself on her social platforms why she's not in the team. She's having issues which are personal issues that she's addressing at the moment, and I think she communicated the same to the authority, in that she is out of the team with official communication. Going back to the tournament, I think our match against Uganda will be one of the tough matches. I'm sure, again, playing against Tanzania is also going to be tough. The tournament is around robin, so everybody is going to play everybody. But I think we are preparing for what is coming up against Gambia. Because once we win against Gambia, then we play for AFCON, and that is our ambition. That is our target as a country. Though at times I feel that the fielding of Beldin has issues. At times I feel that we have players out there who are doing so well. For example, Mora, who is the top scorer of the Egyptian Premier League. I was in Egypt. I saw her playing. I feel that she needs to be given more opportunities to play for the national team, because if she's a darling in Egypt, and when I look at the standards, I think Egypt is slightly ahead of us as far as standards are concerned. So that is why I feel the coach, at times, I have my reservations on how, because for example, remember the match we played against Tunisia. We had several players who are not fielded in that match. And we, when we went for the away match, we picked a draw at home. But when we went to Tunis, we managed to win. Teresha, the lady who sat out in the first leg, is the very lady that scored our winning goal. So basically, that is it. And I hope that the coach understands when we as pundits make our observations, she needs to take it positive. I don't think that anybody wants the national team to lose. When it comes to the national team, Fred Arocho, I will tell you what I feel. And if in any case you feel that what I'm saying is wrong, just prove me on the pitch. If you feel you have your fielding and it works and the team wins, well and good. But if the team doesn't perform, then that's where normally coaches have problems with pundits, because we are there to make our analysis, and we make our analysis based on facts. Remember when we played against Tunisia in the first leg, I had a long post on my Facebook indicating why I feel that our fielding was wrong, and we did some corrections in Tunis, and we got our win. Dante.
All right, Arocho, thank you. Ametupia info, and then Arocho like, you know, you went to Egypt, and after going to Egypt, akaenda kuona Mora who was playing there with the club Egypt. I don't remember the club very well, but then she emerged as a second goal scorer. So Arocho has been championing for her to be called in the national team. He's been questioning why the lady has not been called for the national team duties yet. She's a performer. Yeah, she's a performer. But then we'll ask her, tutauliza Beldin one of these days. Where you go. Anyway, a big tournament going on.
Yes.
When it comes to matters football, big tournament going on in US. I mean, it's like a build-up to the World Cup. It's like on a test waters.
On a tease.
Club World Cup is going on in US, and some results. Al-Ahly registering bar and draw against Miami. In Miami ile akina Messi. Everyone was questioning about kwani Messi hakuwa. Waliponea hawa Miami. Bayern Munich breaking the record, and now breaking the record, registering 10-0 against Auckland. PSG, they seem to have left, continued where they left in the Champions League, registering a 4-0 against Athletic Madrid, a team that is very well known for defending. Palmeiras against Porto, bar and draw. Botafogo, this one South American, registering 2-1 against C2 Sounders, and then Chelsea will be playing against Los Angeles tonight, and Boca Juniors will also be facing Benfica tomorrow in the morning. Club World Cup.
Well, I think, in my opinion, American teams are going to perform very poorly.
They are
going to perform very poorly. Because if Inter Miami is drawing Al-Ahly, nasi ile Al-Ahly mnafikira Saudi Arabia, ya Africa. So Inter Miami, Auckland is being beaten G10, G watu walisema walikuwa job, wangekam, you know. So I think,
okay.
So I think the American League is so, the level of football in America is so iko chini for them even to be unable to fill a stadium. I mean, your World Cup ingeletwa hata South Africa. I mean, kama when the World Cup came to South Africa, the stadiums were full. So it means the football culture in America is non-existent. So how do you now expect the teams to come and compete? So I think we'll just see a repeat of what usually happens in the Club World Cup. European teams are going to get to the round of 16. Maybe kidogo watu wa South America wataguza. Maybe in my prayer is one African team will get there. But American teams are really doing a number.
But is there a club that can match? When you're looking at the FIFA Club World Cup,
yes.
Is there a club that can match the quality that the European clubs are taking to the Club World Cup? Look at the Bayern. Look at the defending champions, Champions League defending, Champions League champions, who are PSG. Look at Chelsea. Let me just mention Chelsea. Now even look at Manchester City. The quality that the European clubs are taking to the Club World Cup.
I don't think so. I don't think the level of competition in Europe is on the same level as anywhere else. And that's why I've said they'll get to the round of 16. Because hata ukiangalia Africa, I mean, do you think we can compete with the likes of Juventus, the likes of Manchester City? You know, Wydad, I think, is playing Juventus.
Sundowns can make them
Mamelodi Sundowns.
Fine, wanaweza jaribu, but it's I think, and then also, and then if you look at the competitions that have been played in Europe this season, European players have played more games averagely than most of these teams in this competition, meaning in terms of match fitness, wako juu in terms of competitiveness. You want to tell me PSG will be beaten by a South American team? How?
Like, it's very easy to know, as she has said, that which team will make it to the round of 16, which team itaingia, which teams that zimekuja just to participate.
Yes.
You know, it's very easy if you look at the 32 teams, you know. We compare, we saw yesterday's results, team inapigwa 10 in an international, a very big tournament, FIFA World Cup tournament, 10 goals, you know. So I think, mi hapo kichwa na PSG, Real Madrid, Chelsea, you know, these teams they've been performing very well. They've been doing so good. So I think if amesema American teams, manze, kidogo, and I can pray at least Mamelodi Sundowns, I believe in them. They can try, but they have a long way to do. But they can try.
They will try.
But we have a long way to go, you know.
It's going to be also a long month for me.
Hebu imagine Chelsea wamepatana na Mamelodi Sundowns.
Itakuwa kubwa hii.
Hebu niambie tu.
Tabamba. Tutapigwa lakini tabamba.
Sema tulicheza na Chelsea.
It's going to be a long month.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm not going to watch Manchester United playing
Yeah.
World Cup.
No. Next time.
Next time. Anyway, Arocho, Club World Cup, PSG against Atletico 4-0. The impact that the tournament is bringing ahead of the World Cup, that is 2026, that will be in Canada, Mexico, and US. Arocho, talk about the FIFA Club World Cup.
Well, I think first and foremost for African teams, it's positive because where else with the likes of Al Ahly play Chelsea? Where else will those games be played? But when you look at it from the European perspective, I think most of them are just doing a pre-season kind of arrangement. Look at the way Atletico losing 4-0. For me, I think they're just not putting their best foot forward. I believe it's for them. It's just a pre-season kind of arrangement. I think what FIFA is trying to do is just trying to open up the game. But the danger of opening up the game, the way I'm looking at it, is I'm seeing dilution. They might be diluting the game. Diluting it in the sense that we'll have many matches and then they lose their competitiveness. Look at the fact that a team lost 10-0. Never happened in top competition. So I think FIFA really needs to relook at this FIFA World Cup for the clubs, because it might dilute the game. But once again, having said that, for Africans, this is an opportunity for Mamelodi to showcase what they are made of. Because when you look at the way they are playing vis-a-vis the way the European teams are playing, the European teams are more relaxed. But for the South Americans, you know, in South America, it is talent that brings teams to where they are. In Europe, it's because of the financial muscle, that is the infrastructure that they have, the kind of stadiums that they have, the kind of training facilities that they have, compared to what South American is offering. South American teams will not come because of their financial muscle, but because of the talent, the vast talent that they have, and that's why they can match the European. But all in all, for the viewers and for the guys who are getting entertained, it's entertainment that goes through when the season is off. But I'm looking at the preparation coming in for the new seasons for the teams like Chelsea, which will be positive for them. I like what Katela is saying, what she's saying about this tournament and the fact that she saw a team losing 10-0. That in itself describes what is happening in the tournament. But I believe, as far as FIFA World Cup is concerned, the preparation, the stadiums that are going to host, the facilities that are going to host the FIFA World Cup are the very facilities that are on test. And this is what exactly will be happening, I think, in the next 2 months, when we'll be hosting the CHAN. So it's just a way of testing the ground when we're having CHAN here in preparation for AFCON. And I believe we'll showcase our best in terms of the infrastructure, the preparedness for the AFCON, and all that. Dante.
Okay, Arocho, thank you. Very on there, Arocho akiwa Kisumu wameamua we are going the technology way. Ameamua sikuji studio. Naipigia nikiwa mahali niko. Arocho, kazi safi anyway, great or rather good analysis there, good in-depth in-depth analysis there when it comes to matters Club World Cup. And I can see hapo chini tayari tumesha change, tumeenda race for the Ingwes top seat. Here today we having Vincent Enos Motoka. Aliamua, I'm not going to come in early when you guys are talking matters to do with the FKF Premier League after Police did what they did yesterday, being crowned as the new champions of the Football Kenya Federation Premier League. Akaamua mimi ngoja kidogo pressure ishuke. Alafu tukuje. We having Vincent Enoch Matoka who is saying the FC Leopard top seat, that is the FC Leopard chairmanship. Remember the election will be conducted at the end of this month. And welcome to Monday Blitz. So we continue to talk matters to do with football, how to make the football better, how to make clubs be in the Club World Cup here in Kenya, Gor Mahia, FC Leopard. But then again, our main focus is FC Leopard. Katela is there, kando yako, pia he might rusha kidogo swali mbili tatu. We also having Miss Washira here.
Yes.
You know, tukianza tu moja kwa moja, I know you're going for the top seat.
Yes.
But why the top seat?
First, thank you so much, Duncan, for the invite and hosting me here. First, my name is Vincent Enos Mtoka. I've been serving as the commercial director at the club. I have seen what has been happening there for a long time, and I know the ills that are eating this club. And that's why I decided that I throw in my weight into going for the top seat, because I know it is at that top seat that we need to get things working for this club. I have, as serving as a commercial director, there are things that you would advise the NEC, there are things that you will want to be done, but because you don't have that voting right, you don't have that mandate that you draw from the membership, you find that you can't really bring that advice into fruition at the club. And that's why I decided to go for the very top seat, that we can make this club work for the members and the society.
Many people ask, what are some of your agendas that will make this club make a step from where they are right now?
Thank you. Number one.
You look at the likes of Washira, the Gen Zs
Yes.
of this world, they will tell you, me, I've never seen FC Leopard winning a title.
Me
Where are
too.
they comparing themselves with the Gor Mahia?
Me too.
Maybe some of your agendas.
Thank you so much. My manifesto is divided into 4 pillars. Number 1 is rediscovering the lost glory for this club. Number 2 is financial sustainability. Number 3 is leadership inclusivity. And number 4 is infrastructure development. If I just try to highlight on the manifestos, number 1, rediscovering the lost glory for AFC Leopards. You have rightly said that some of us here, even myself, when AFC Leopards last won the league, I was in Standard 7. So I have never felt that vibe, that sweetness of carrying the KPL league in this country. And therefore, how do we rediscover the lost glory for AFC Leopards? First, we need quality players. Second, we need a quality technical bench. And then third, these quality players, this quality technical bench, their welfare must be taken care of. We have seen most of the time we lose matches just because our players have gone on a go-slow, and then they lose that morale, they lose that focus, and we start losing matches, and that's how we lose the league. So number two, financial sustainability is what will help us to take care of those player and technical bench welfare. We need money as a club. And therefore, I have been serving as the commercial director. I am the one who brought the current sponsor. And I am telling members, when you vote me in on 29th, we want to open this club to more corporate sponsors. We know most corporates in this country don't like football. And therefore, we must make it easy. We must make it attractive. We must incentivize those people who bring corporates and sponsorships to AFC Leopards. Hii mambo ya kufanya kazi alafu unaambiwa asante, that is in the past. If you go out there, we have people who are involved in business development of companies, and their work is paid on a finder's fee. And therefore, we are telling our members, we are telling the larger Kenyan society that anyone who will bring money to AFC Leopards, we are going to incentivize you, we are going to reward you, and now there is a policy that at the club that anyone who brings in money, they will be rewarded a minimum of 10%. We want to make this a reality so that people can support this club. Secondly, on financial sustainability, we need to look at our merchandise. For a long time, when we talk about merchandise at the club, we are only talking about replicas, we are only talking about jerseys. We need to diversify our merchandise so that we start bringing in things to do with bracelets, we bring in things to do with cups, we bring in jackets, so that anyone who wants anything to do with AFC Leopards, you can get it, and at an affordable price, but which is quality. Then leadership, inclusivity, we need to look at our leadership structure. We need to have a working structure at the club. Currently, we have about 5 people at the secretariat. When you look at our peers as younger Simba, they have a fully laid down structure in the secretariat that is functional. If we leave our functions as a club to only 2 or 3 individuals, then we are doing a disservice to ourselves. Then we also need to look at the welfare of our members. For a long time, members pay their membership fee on a yearly basis. They support us in large numbers going to the matches. They buy this merchandise that is expensive at the moment, but they still support the club. And yet, when we meet this membership once in a year, we cannot even just appreciate them. And that's why there was a discussion that I had said I will provide food to our members. Yeah. That is not my main agenda. But what I am saying, when we call you that one day in a year, we should be able not just to provide you water, because we call them for an AGM that starts at 8 a.m., ends at 4 p.m., and the club cannot give its membership just even water. Someone that is working with us for a whole year. And therefore we have said we will not only give them water, we will give them breakfast and also serve them lunch. That is to make sure that these members feel that they are part and parcel of AFC Leopards. Lastly, on infrastructure development. Yeah. 61 years down the line, AFC Leopards has no place to call home. I am giving myself that responsibility, that once I am elected, in 2 years down the line, AFC Leopards must have a place we will call home. We must buy land, establish a training ground, and then afterwards we start establishing a stadium.
You know, I was there when the former regime were campaigning, and they promised, they had a lot of promises. Kulikuwa na nyumba, kulikuwa na vitu mingi zenye hazijakuwa attend. But then again, before I bring in Katela, mwenye naona pia anataka kutupa, also I can hear Rocha ako on the ground.
Yes.
Bwana Matoka, how would you rate the current regime? You've been part of the stakeholders of FC Leopard. Have you guys questioned the current regime, why things are not going the way they are? In terms of the coaches that they're bringing in, many people have been questioning the coaches. Kwanza saizi sijui wanamaliza namba ngapi, but then again, they're not doing that good. How would you rate the current administration? And why do you think they are getting it wrong?
Out of 10, I will give them a 6. They have tried, but we haven't won that which we need to win in this league, and that is the trophy.
Okay.
And therefore, I will say that when I say they have tried, first, they are finishing their term without a FIFA case, which has been something that has bedeviled this club for a long time. Secondly, they are finishing their term when I hear they only owe 1 month's salary to players.
Okay.
And then third, we have seen numbers coming back to the stadium, because at least there has been that beautiful football that is being played. Only when we suffered a huge loss against Talanta, and we know why that happened, because the welfare of players are not being taken care of. And therefore, I will say they have tried, but we need to do more as a club.
From the ground, Arocho anasema ananiambia Danko, niko na kitu from the ground, niko na kitu from Kisumu. Nataka kurusha 2-3 hivi swali labda. Arocho, come in.
To the Blitz. Mike, you talked about sustainability, and that one has really touched me. I normally look at these 2 teams, the community clubs, that is Gor Mahia and FC Leopards. And I normally have a problem when it comes to sustainability. In any case, they don't have sponsors. How do they survive? This is where I think we are missing it as far as the 2 clubs are concerned. What do you have for FC Leopards? In any case, you don't have financial partners in terms of sustainability. For example, if in any case at the moment FC Leopards loses their partners, their finances, what plan do you have for Leopards if they don't have sponsors?
Rocho, as a club, first we need to be innovative. Because when you look at the way we have been doing things for a long time, we have been relying on donations and sponsorships. When I came to this club, I actually had a water business, but I supported this club to a point that business collapsed. I am saying that we need to be innovative as a club. And a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And therefore, as we get in, we will rely on those sponsorships, but we need to start innovative ways that we will start making money for this club. For instance, we have a huge community that is following AFC Leopards. We are told in the upwards of 6 million people. And yet we don't have even just a business, a water business. Water that even fans, when they come to the grounds, they are buying water from other vendors, yet as a club, getting a machine of water production is less than 2 million Kenya shillings. That is something that we want to work on so that we start having our own water production as a club. Okay. Secondly, when you look at things like merchandise, I have said we must segment our merchandise. In marketing, we have what we call market segmentation. We cannot just bring in merchandise with a blanket pricing for everyone. We have those people who have low incomes, but they want to support this club. We must make sure that we get merchandise at their level of pricing. And then lastly, we need to look at other ways and means to sustain this club. And that is one of the things that I want to bring on board when I get to the club. We are a big community. If we started a circle today, Bwana Duncan, we will be able to attract investors to come in, and even our members will invest into that circle. And then on the side, we will also do a transport circle. If you go to Western today, all the transport vehicles on those routes are not from our community. And yet we have people who can invest in that transport sector and make money for this club. We are going to start that so that we can start generating our own income and revenue for this club.
We have a lot to talk about when it comes to matters. FC Leopard. Katela is there. She's there. She's waiting to ask more questions.
Yes.
Sababu vile anakuangalia pia ni kama kuna jambo. We also having Miss Washira here.
Yes.
She'll also be asking questions. She's part of the football stakeholders because yeye anafanya mambo grao.
Yes.
Anyway, we are going to take a short break tukunywe maji kidogo alafu turejee because we are having a lot to discuss regarding FC Leopard. Arocho pia usiende because najua pia majibu yako yamejibiwa lakini bado you have more questions to come in. Let's take a short break.